Hey, it's Maddie here. I am in a rehearsal studio right now. There's an orchestra playing above me, which you might hear from time to time, but I thought it was absolutely crucial that I get this video out to you now. This video is about how to manage overwhelm. This is not a video about how to avoid overwhelm or about how to eliminate it on a long-term level from your life. I will, of course, point you to the resources that will help you to do that. But if you're right in the thick of it right now, then you need strategies that are going to help you to navigate through the overwhelm that you are experiencing in this moment. So I'm going to take you through 3 points of a strategy that will allow you to get through this patch of overwhelm, to start to calm down again, and to start to be able to work through it in a positive, productive, successful way. This is called the 3D approach to navigating through your overwhelm. And the first D of this strategy is to describe your overwhelmed. Describe the overwhelm that is going on for you right now. Now, if that is having taken on too many commitments or having too many responsibilities or too many projects on the go, whatever your overwhelm is, maybe it's just one project or one relationship, but there's a lot going on within that, and you have those feelings of not being able to keep up and knowing that if you don't do something soon, you could head into burnout or you could start dropping the many plates that you've got spinning. So the first one is describing, and what I mean by that is use words to understand what is going on for you. Our vocabulary is so much more important than many of us realize. The words we use shape our experiences. So if you catch yourself constantly describing your experience as being stressful, as being anxious, as being overwhelming, then that is how your body is going to respond. Now, I'm not saying that we lie to ourselves, and I'm definitely not saying that we just try and bounce around in some kind of positive thinking mentality. It's deeper than that. Choose the words that you use to describe your situation. By doing that, we understand it better. So it may be that it is a stressful situation, and I'm not saying stop using that word, but understand exactly what the stresses are. What is it that's making you stressed? I feel stressed out about this element and this element. I feel overwhelmed because of this, this, and this. And then try and pick those words apart and get more precise. This specific thing, this job, this project is making me feel like I can't keep up. The pressure is too much on me right now. The timetable is too tight. Get really specific. Use your words to describe it in a true sense and avoid just falling back on the it's overwhelming, it's stressful. What is it that is those things, and are there better words to use it? Now, who are we describing this to? Well, that brings me on to my next point, which is to debrief. So when we're choosing that vocabulary, we need somewhere for that to go. It's important that it is actual words that you are constructing, but in order to give it somewhere to go, we've got some way of debriefing. And debriefing could be by journaling. So maybe that vocabulary that you're choosing, the way you're describing it, is going straight into your journal. If you don't journal already, then I cannot recommend this highly enough. Developing the practice of journaling can change your life. And if you're interested in knowing more about how to journal effectively, then make sure you check out the video. I will leave a link below, how to journal in a way that is going to actually be the game changer that you need it to be. So if you aren't journaling already, definitely start doing that. And if you are, use that as a place to debrief. Once you've described it, put that into that journal, write it out, use the vocabulary, use the words that you've chosen to define that overwhelm that you are experiencing right now. If you want another avenue to debrief, then choose either a trusted friend or find a coach. someone who can guide you through what it is you are going through and can be a sounding board for that narrative that you are creating, but also that can pass you to important resources or strategies that are going to help you manage through that. Having a coach is like having a sidekick. It's like someone who is leading you along the right path, the path that will get you to where you want to get to. And if you're interested in knowing more about the process of having a coach or of finding a coach, then check out the resources below. There's a load of free resources in that description box, and I'll make sure that I put some in there that are relevant specifically to finding a coach and using a coach in an effective way. But that debriefing, that second D, is really important, because if you are holding everything in, it's got nowhere to go except to keep circulating inside your body and inside your brain. You've got to let that describing, that narrative that you've created, go somewhere so you can get it out of your system. Because once we've gone through that describing and then into the debriefing, we are ready to begin the process of letting go. And that takes me to the final D in this 3D strategy, which is to diet. Now, I am not talking about cutting out ice cream or cutting out carbs. I'm talking about being conscious about what you are putting into your body. Not in terms of food, but in terms of the influences that you are getting. Basically, what we're talking about here is having a detox of the tech, the social media, the influences that are damaging your psyche, that are causing you to be in this overwhelmed state. We spend a lot of our time navigating through pings and alerts and messages and things that are grabbing our attention left, right, and center. And even if nothing else was going on in your life, that has the capacity to put you into a state of overwhelm. So when you're in there, when you're feeling that sense of overwhelm, you've got to diet. You've got to choose consciously what you're going to take in, what you're going to turn your attention to. I cannot recommend highly enough the practice of shutting off your notifications, making a specific time in the day when you check your messages and a specific time in the day when you reply to your messages. You do not owe anybody 24/7 attention. You have the ability and the responsibility to yourself to carve out specific designated times when you're going to go on social media, when you're going to be alerted, when you are going to engage with this external forces. And when you do that, when you diet, when you make a conscious decision about what you're taking into your body, and you've done the describing and you've done the debriefing, the things that are going on in your life right now that feel like you are heading towards burnout or that are taking you to a place of overwhelm, they will start to rest. You'll be stimulating your parasympathetic nervous system and you'll be able to see clearly. You will feel a weight lifted because of this 3-pronged